Hello everybody, welcome to Review a Day, episode number 72, for Thursday, October the 30th, 2008. Hello everybody, welcome to Review a Day, the daily video blog where I review a movie 7 days a week. My name is Leland Brungart and thank you very much for joining me. Still recording on my laptop, so I apologize for the poor quality of the video, audio. It looks alright, but I'm not super happy with it. See, it's like on my laptop. I hate it. But the movie I'm going to be reviewing for you guys today is Saw 5. This film is directed by David Hackl, who is like a production designer on the first couple of them. He's not really involved in films. Sorry, I'm plugging in my laptop. This is embarrassing. David Hackl, movie stars Tobin Bell as Jigsaw, Scott Patterson from Gilmore Girls, Luke from Gilmore Girls, Julie Benz, Rita from Dexter, and from Buffy. I have her action figure somewhere. Darla. Yeah, Buffy. And Megan Good, who was in Brick, and she's great in it, but she's in this movie. Saw 5 is about as good as you think the fifth movie in a franchise would be. It's a mess on every single level. Nothing comes together. This movie was so much worse than I thought it was going to be, and that's amazing considering the expectations I went into this film with. I'm a fan of the first Saw film. I think it's interesting. I think it's dark. I like that the majority of the suspense and tension comes from two guys chained in a room together. Like it was such an interesting, cool concept that these people would be inflicting the damage on themselves. I've only seen the first two Saw films, to be honest. I skipped 3 and 4. I wasn't really confused, but there are some really confusing things about Saw, but it's not from the fact that I haven't seen 3 and 4. They make it abundantly clear what happens in the third and fourth films. This film's really confusing because it uses flashbacks a lot. A lot. This movie has a lot of flashbacks, and it's hard to tell exactly what's a flashback and what is taking place now, because a lot of the flashbacks are to people digging through files and looking at pictures, but then in the present it's people digging through files and looking at pictures of crime scenes. And it gets really boring. This movie's really boring. I can't believe that they fucked up torture porn. Like, people keep calling this a genre torture porn. And it seems like such a simple thing to do. Stick people in a room, get some weird, twisted ways of them to kind of like mess each other up, mess themselves up. This film is not. There's not very much gore, and what gore there is, it's not very good. A girl gets decapitated early on, which is just like such a standard horror trope, and one guy actually gets blown up by a bomb. You don't even see him die. Like, this film isn't even torture porn. It's nothing. It's an awful movie. The performances are terrible too. Julie Benz and Scott Patterson, I think that's what I said his name was. Luke from Gilmore Girls. They deserve better. Those are two really talented actors. I love Gilmore Girls. I love Luke. I love him on that show. I think he's great. He's funny and he's charming. Julie Benz is a phenomenal actress. Her work on Buffy is great. She's phenomenal. She's great on Dexter. Megan Good is another. There's actors in this film that have the potential to be good, but because the directing and the writing and everything else is so poor, nothing has the chance to come out. It's really an awful film. I honestly don't know what else to say about this movie. It's not. I wouldn't even recommend this film like I recommended the film The Room, which was so bad it's funny. This is just one of those movies that's so bad it's boring and you really want it to be over. The ending is really puzzling. I was like, that's the end? I was like, nothing got resolved. There really wasn't a cliffhanger that I figured out. Toward the end of the film, there's this like montage of events, a montage of things that have happened in the film. And it's one of those moments like the end of Memento when you're like, oh my god, I get it now. I understand. Everything's been leading up to this moment. And it plays, like, flashes, like, all the events of the movie, but it doesn't add up to anything. It doesn't, I didn't learn anything more. It's a realization for the main character who's been on the trail, and the mystery in this film is ridiculous in the fact that the very beginning, they're like, oh, it's that guy. Yeah, you're Jigsaw. We know you are because it makes sense. No one else could possibly be. No one else has motive. You do. You're involved with it. It's fucking terrible. I do not recommend this film in any shape or form. I don't recommend watching it for free on HBO someday. I don't recommend ever seeing this movie. I recommend closing your eyes if someone recommends this. It's terrible. I give it a 1 out of 5. It's awful. If you guys are liking my reviews, also I'm going to be doing my favorite Halloween horror funny movies tomorrow and the day after. I'm going to review 2 of my favorite spooky themed movies, I guess. But if you guys are liking my reviews, make sure and rate them. I like getting the stars a lot. So, I don't know. They're here, maybe? Here? I don't know. Here. I think they're going to be here. Rated 5 stars. If you guys are liking my reviews, make sure and subscribe. If you have any recommendations on any films you'd like to see me review, leave them in the comments below. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys tomorrow.